Okay, so we're at our favorite thrift store again. This is Goodwill. First thing I spotted was a Ralph Lauren flannel. Nice color. Um, Thought about it, but ultimately I ended up putting it back. 950 is a little bit too much. They'll get $25, but that's about it. So hopefully it'll still be there if it goes on half off. If it goes down to four something, I'll get it. And then I had this Old Navy shirt that looked exactly like it. Not exactly, but very close. It's funny how brand matters that much. And then right next to that, I found this Bowden top, women's linen, kind of paisley floral print top. Held on to that, and I think I looked it up real quick just to get an idea. I'm not really up on women's clothes, so I just heard the brand spoken by some of the resellers out there. But that's a nice one. I love the color. I found this toner. It's a generic brand, but I figured, hey, might as well look it up, see if there's any demand out there for it. If you can find HP toners sealed in the box like that, those are pretty much an instant sell. I think there's a company out there that just buys them and keeps the, artificially keeps the price high by buying them off of eBay and selling them that way. So really interesting, but yeah, almost an immediate sale if you find one of those. What else? Oh, that was it for that day. Went to the grocery store. So we've got another storm coming, and it's supposed to hit. Well, it's supposed to hit today, so I guess it might come tonight, maybe tomorrow. But you can see it's getting a little gray, kind of drizzling. It's kind of getting started. But let me show you what I got, because there was music playing outside of Goodwill. The first thing is this is a small. I think it's a women's small, but they gave it to me for a kid's price, so $4.99. And it's a Pataloha Haleiwa t-shirt. And Pataloha is Patagonia's Hawaii sub-brand. And so a lot of their merchandise that they sell here, or some of the stuff that they sell out of the store, has the Pataloha logo instead of just the regular Patagonia logo. So kind of cool. Goes for probably about $25, but they go fast because they're a little bit special in that way. And then this was in the men's section, but it is a women's piece. This is a Bowden floral paisley kind of linen top, blouse, whatever, button up. Really bright, caught my attention, and then when I saw the Bowden, I remembered from watching some of the women's sellers that that's a pretty good brand and worth looking up. So this is probably a $25 top, and that's all I got from that whole session. So, oh, and again, the price for those two items was $15.17. Pretty high. Okay, and then so after kind of some rough days sourcing, I decided to go to Savers, which is kind of I have a love-hate relationship with Savers. To me, Savers has some of the best items, but at the same time, they have some of the highest prices, and it's really difficult to deal with. So, took a glance at the shoes, walked by the toys, thought about checking out the kids' clothes for my kids' project, but not at these prices. So I started off with athletic t-shirts, which is kind of one of my favorites. Started off kind of slow, not really finding much. I like how they separate out the athletic clothes though. Oh, this is a Geno Smith jersey, which is kind of funny because he used to be on that team. Now he's back on that team, and so that jersey has become relevant once again. I don't know if he's the same number, probably. I got everything going at, I think, 3 point speed here just to speed it up. Then Aaron Rodgers, the former quarterback over at the Jets. Oh, this is the first thing I found. This is a USA men's soccer jersey. I think it was from like 2018. The date would be on that tag. But I think I say in this video or in this moment that USA stuff is hot right now because of the Olympics that just happened, because of the World Baseball Classic and the women's FIBA tournament. This here is a really nice piece. I wish I could show you the logo better. You just saw it right there on the sleeve, but it's I believe it's Rafael Nadal. But that takes that shirt from being a regular athletic top to being Rafael Nadal special center swoosh tennis top. So pretty cool. I don't know if anyone knows this logo. It looks kind of like Grayson, but not exactly. And I've never seen it before. This was interesting. It's an off-white main label camp shirt, and authenticity is going to be the question on this one. Is this thing real or not? Just looking at it, look at that stitching on the side. It's very, very loose, wide stitching. Kind of concerning. The label, yeah, not bad, but kind of questionable. So I believe I hold on to it for a little while. Next, we got this Bob Marley. It's a Bob Marley by Dragonfly. Kind of like one of those polyester shirts, kind of those big, bold polyester shirts. Looks like the cover of Legend, but maybe not. And then this is me being so curious, needing to know if that's a real one or not. I found one online. This guy's asking $325 for his. And then so what I do is I take a look at that inner tag, that rubber tag. That actually looks really good. The main tag was double printed, so it wasn't sharp and crisp. It had kind of like a shadow or kind of like a bad print job on it. So that was a telltale sign. And then the tags were very different. When I compared the two tags, they were very different. I kept looking at the stitching. The stitching was kind of loose, but hey, this Bob Marley was fun. Good find. I think I ended up putting the off-white back there, or maybe I do it later. But yeah, that when I look at that tag compared to this tag, it's a very big difference in the quality of print, and the stitching was another telltale sign. So maybe I passed on a $300 shirt, but I'm pretty sure that it is inauthentic and definitely not worth the risk. Okay, I think I come across a South Pole new with tags, dead stock, like a polyester polo. Really cool with the spell out and everything, but in my experience these don't hold a whole lot of value. It's really that the jeans that people want. And then this is an Oahu Golf polo. Those are sought after in Hawaii. I don't know about anywhere else. A lot of nice shirts. But nothing noteworthy. I'll quickly take a glance over at the DVDs. Just seeing what's out there. I have found some good DVDs and media in my day, but nothing really today. Unless you see something, I don't. Looking at the games. And then I'm called back to the shirts. This was cool. This is a Ghastly slash Gengar Pokemon shirt. I've never heard of the tag. It's something like anime.com, anime something.com. Very cool shirt, nice print, but I didn't even take the time to look it up. I don't think it's worth anything. This is just a basic Lululemon pink one. I think I ended up putting this back for the price. Those are not going for what they used to. This is a Suit Supply. That ended up being nothing. It felt really nice, but ended up being nothing. This polo had good comps. This is the brand Cool, Kuhl, and the polo, I forget the exact name, but it was under the line Cool Dry. So in the inside collar it said Cool Dry, and when I looked it up, there weren't a whole lot of solds, but the ones that did sell under the model name sold for almost $30, I believe, and I'm quite certain that there's other polo shirts that have just been wrongly listed and have also sold for that amount. A lot of times they just list them as the polo, and so there's a whole bunch of cool polos, but they're missing the model number and the model name, and so it's not coming up. But the couple that did sell sold for high. I have high hopes for it, and I went ahead and grabbed it. Oh, right here is a Lacoste. Oh, sorry about that. It's a Lacoste polo. This is a little bit elevated from the normal ones. Usually, well, I have a few in my store that are just the basic polos with a green alligator, no trim on the collar or anything like that, and they've been sitting for a bit. But anytime I get something with a little bit of design, a little bit of color, this one has a blue crocodile, which I've never seen before. They usually do well, and it's worth checking the tags for something that says Lacoste or Devanlay. The older pieces will say Devanlay Company, and the newer pieces will say Lacoste. Lacoste is a brand that's highly faked, so keep your eyes open. This is a Barbour new without tags logo polo. And I think we're just getting to the end of the rack here. Polar Ralph Lauren, just a basic shirt, too expensive. Okay, now this was Rick and Morty, Teddy Fresh and Rick and Morty collaboration shirt. I've never seen them before. Oh, right then we find a Masters hat. So lots of stuff coming up here all together, which is great. Masters is coming up in April, I believe. And I think it's going to be on Prime Video, which is interesting. I found this sweater. It's like a women's sweater. The first thing I noticed is there's kind of like a handprint on it, like a oil stain of a handprint on it, like the chicken nuggets on it. But the tag looked interesting, so I held on to it. And here I find a Ralph Lauren Indian Madras woven shirt. The material is a little bit high end, which makes it a little bit more sought after. This one is just a regular Polo Ralph Lauren. I was trying to see if it was stretchy or anything. J. Crew flannel was nice, but not worth the price. I think I was trying to check and see if it was. And then of course I get distracted and I think about the things in my cart and having to look them up. And so I'm looking up that sweater there. It's not a special material. I think it was acrylic and something polyester or nylon or something. So nothing special there. And wasn't really worth much, so I put it back. Oh, here's me checking out the J. Crew flannel because it is a nice shirt. It was nice and thick, soft. They do have value, just not at this price point. If you could get it for $2 or $3, it might be worth it. There's another one. They wanted something like $9.50. Too much. Now this was beautiful in my opinion. This is like an Oxford, really thick button-up shirt, button-down shirt, excuse me. But it's got that great navy blue and black camo on it, which I don't see too often. Moving right along. This was a cool print. I find that the Jordan shirts with the shoes on them are in a little bit more demand than just a regular Jordan logo shirt. This, I don't know if I mentioned in another video, but it's just a Project Rock. It says outworked by no one. There's certain phrases that you'll just know as Project Rock shirts. Iron Paradise, Blood, Sweat, Respect, outworked by no one. There's a few. That's a Lacoste Faker, I believe. It might be real because it had the Lacoste Sport tag, which is more of a modern plastic tag that's printed on the back of the shirt. The other problem with the shirt is it smelled really terrible. So I was trying to determine if it was real and at the same time not smell it. That was a nice Alfred Eden, also not smelling too well, so I ended up putting that back. I love the Screaming Hand shirts, the Santa Cruz ones, but that one was way too expensive. $9.49. Goku. And somehow the shirt got back over here. Actually, I think those young boys right up there brought it. This is a good example of a single stitch shirt on an anvil tag made in USA. It's just a company shirt, but you can see the single stitch. Just one thing to look for. The sleeve, I believe, also had single stitching. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's right. Had a huge hole in the side. I do like me a good Polo Ralph Lauren spell out just t-shirt. That was cool. Star Wars Adidas. The only problem with it was I was thinking to myself, how am I gonna photograph that and show off the fact that it says Star Wars on the shirt? It's gonna be white on white, not gonna pop. Then I found this. This thing freaked me out. I saw Lion King only in theaters and I thought, oh man, this is from 1997 or something. But it was in too good of a condition to be true. I should have known. I don't know who this guy is. First I thought it was Dennis Rodman. Then I thought, hey, he doesn't look like Dennis Rodman. Maybe it's Michael Jordan in a funny hat. And then after that, I think it's a rapper, but I have no idea who it is. That was on a Headgear Classics tag. This is cool. This is a, yeah, hundreds. It's got a cool Frankenstein print on it. This kind of mess with me. Louis Vuitton. It actually, I believe it is authentic, but it's very cheaply made. And the reason why I think it's authentic is because inside it said Louis Vuitton, printed on the back tag. It says Louis Vuitton. What I think it is an employee shirt. So I keep looking at it. But yeah, I think it's just one of the shirts that they give the employees to wear on like a casual day. They can wear that as their uniform, or at maybe some kind of an event that they're participating in. They can wear that shirt because it definitely wasn't the quality of a Louis Vuitton anything. It was like a very cheaply made shirt, but the logos looked good. It's a rainy day today, and I just wanted to document one shirt that sold. Um, this is a Pearl Jam. On a Rock Yeah tag. That's the tag. It's the back. It's not a concert shirt or anything like that, but the condition is amazing. Super cool shirt. And before I ship it off, I just wanted to admire it one last time and have a documentation of that.